And welcome back to Buff's Garage. I'm in Brian VANtana and I'm headed out trying to find a new home for Buff's Garage. It's hard to find the right place because I want to find somewhere that has the right mix of rural areas so that I can have some peace and quiet while I'm working on cars. It needs to have the amount of space that I need to be able to not only stack up a few cars, but also to have the shop that I need. I don't want to have to get a place and move and then get another place and then move and I just don't want to have to keep doing that. But it also needs to have closeness to things to do. You're in the car world, you want to have access to racetracks, all different types of motorsports. You need to be close to parts stores. You just need to be where the action's at. But I don't want to actually live where the action's at. I just want to be close enough that it's convenient, but not so close that it's right at my back door. So for me, somewhere that's kind of in the middle of everything, that would work out better for me. But yet it's in a spot that it's rural, but it's accessible, if that makes sense. Like I can quickly hop on a road and get to where I need to go within a short time frame. That's the idea, right? And I find that when I visit other people who are YouTubers and do have a larger collection, living with a little bit of a barrier between them and the public has really worked out for them. And I feel that's where Buff's Garage needs to go. I definitely want to welcome people to come visit. And then of course I'll come visit you. You got a project that you're working on and you need some help? Call Buff's Garage. I will come help you. If you have a project you're stalled on or you just need somebody to help fire up and get it going again, give me a shout. Send me an email, hit me up on Instagram, let me know, and let's make arrangements, see if I can help you out. It's time to fire up Brian VANtana and go find my future home. Well, you're seeing it here first. Brian VANtana just met the deer. So just like so many of my cars, when you're living in a place that's heavily populated by deer, when you're driving along and a deer decides to become radiator food, not much you can do. In this case, it didn't just hit Brian VANtana. It shoved all the way up into the condenser, into the radiator. The engine stopped. We got a tow truck coming. I'm fine, of course. Poor Brian VANtana may not recover from this. Special thanks to Labette County Sheriff's Department for showing up and blocking traffic and doing the report for me. At this point, guys, I don't know what to tell you about Brian VANtana other than this may be the last we see of him. Our Savior has arrived. Well, with Brian VANtana getting looked at by the insurance adjuster, they've given me a rental vehicle again. So I guess I'll get this thing loaded up. It is a crew cab. Plenty of room inside. I guess these seats fold down. It's crew cab F-150. Not usually a Ford guy, but who could say anything negative about driving a free vehicle while your Brian VANtana is getting checked out at the hospital? Ooh, it's a Lariat. Let's check it out. So we start out with this fancy, I don't know, looks like countertop trim here. We got some fakeish wood here. Got some BO speakers. I guess they smell funny. I don't know. So when you first step in, it of course has this screen, and then it has this lovely screen, and then it's, oh, I guess I should get some fuel. Inside we got the leather trim seats, leather steering wheel, driver's information area, a huge flat screen TV for watching your housewife shows, Motor Trend, Pole Barn Garage, I guess whatever you want to watch. Lots of cargo space. Looks like a jump seat for a monkey right here. Oh my lord, and it opens, and this is huge. Does that do something? I don't know. You can put your 6 packs of soda in here or whatever. Anything you want to keep cold. Whatever you need, I guess. Actually, I don't think it's refrigerated, but... Oh, I just realized the keys are in here. Apparently, you don't need keys to start it. Wow. Now this I'm gonna say is handy. This would be great for charging our camera equipment, laptop, whatever. Of course, you got the 12 volt for your phone, but not that you need that because you got your phone charger down here, and that links you into this system. You got cameras, traction control, whatever this doohickey is. So we're gonna plug in our 15 feet of cord here. Oh, look at that, it even closes, so I don't have to look at the cord coming out, I guess. What is this, drive mode? So you don't want to accidentally turn that thinking it's this. But we still have a shifter. Does that actually do anything? Wait, what is this? What? Okay, that's the weirdest thing ever. And we got all kinds of switches and doohickeys. I don't know what we're doing. Well, it looks fancy. Let's see how it drives. One of the odd things about this new truck is every time you hit the brakes and stop, it sets a parking brake. I can let off the brake and the truck won't move. I have to hit the gas just a touch to let the natural momentum of the vehicle start going. Now here in regular mode, it's got a little get up and go. But wait, there's more. There's a normal mode, a tow haul mode, a sport mode, and of course, the eco mode, which is what I'm using the most because I'm trying to get fuel mileage because of all the traveling that I'm doing. Let me just say, it's not my cup of tea, but for the truck buying crowd, depending on what your price point is, what kind of features you want out of a truck, this might be something you want to look at. All the trucks nowadays are pretty much the same. They all have similar features. This thing is basically the size of a trunk of a Miata. This one has a huge football field of an expanse between the two front seats. And personally, when I remember riding in a truck, or even one of the things I love about a truck is you have that nice bench seat going across, and that way maybe you can hold somebody close while you're driving down the road. Lots of cubby space everywhere. It has 12 volt power source and a 120 400 watt max inverter that has outlets in the front, behind the console, and in the bed. So for the most part, this thing does everything you'd want it to do in a truck, but it also kind of rides like a smooth car. So I guess it just depends on what you consider a truck and what you're looking for. For me, this will not be a permanent thing. This is obviously a luxury that my insurance provided for me while I'm waiting on VANtana's disposition, final diagnosis, the outcome, whatever we want to call it. We want to know what happens to VANtana. Does he get to come back? Is that something we can do? Or do we lose VANtana forever? Because quite frankly, I don't know if I can handle losing VANtana forever. Can you? Feel free to look for what you're ooh. See if I can get him on camera. Is that a future VANtana? Very similar. We should probably not hold up traffic. Anyway, always looking for the next project. Man, this thing is growly. Maybe not in eco mode. Let's switch it. Drive. What I will say is I'm glad it doesn't have the old turn knob gear shifter. I'm not a fan of that. But having your gear shift retract in, is that really necessary? Not really. So now what I'm going to do is I'm looking for property. I am along Route 66, currently in Oklahoma. I kind of dig Oklahoma for a couple reasons. Number one, the laws are different here, and they are a little more friendly to the citizens that live here. Number two, it's got a big stretch of Route 66. Number three, it's still close to home, and what I consider home is, you know, where my family's at. Home is where your family is, right? Doesn't matter what state you're from. It doesn't matter where you grew up. Home is where your family's at. And so this is still close without actually being in Kansas. Now with that, I'm trying to find the property for Buff's Garage, and I'm not having a lot of luck. So take the journey with me today and we'll check out some properties, hopefully find something that we can at least consider. And if not, maybe you have the perfect home for Buff's Garage. And if you do, why don't you send me a note, send me an email, Instagram, heck, make a YouTube video and tag me in it at Buff's Garage. That is a steep driveway. Can't live there. All right, so off to the next. Here's a secluded property for sale. It's off to the right. It's pretty hilly, and it's not developed in any way yet. We'll get out and check it out real quick. So despite this being a blank slate, we would have to come in and not just start from scratch, but we would have to build up a driveway. We'd have to level off, take off part of these mountains and flatten them out so that we have a good base to put everything. We'd have to run electricity, water, sewer, and then of course build the building. Like, we have to have a building, and it's not that it's completely out of the running. I just want to show you it's one other option out there. Is just buy the land. It's in a good location. It's rural. It's private. Nobody's going to complain about the cars because they're going to be back there where you wouldn't even see them. But we got to build a way for them to get there, so the entire driveway would have to be completely redone. And yes, I've learned of some folks that could help me do that here. That's the beauty of networking. But in the meantime, this is just wilderness. So it would be a bit before I could actually utilize the property for anything other than just a scenic area to camp in a 4x4. Well, they just randomly parked that right here on the side of the road, so maybe this is the future home of Buff's Garage. Or not. Here's one for sale. You got $500,000 handy? Because that's what it costs. A huge building with this little add-on that I suppose could be closed in, and a lot of extra land. Right on Route 66. Here I am on Route 66 at the old Eagle service station in Afton, Oklahoma, right on Route 66. This is part of the historical landmark, so you've got all kinds of cool stuff here. Obviously it was a gas station, was a service station, and later became storage and a museum. I believe it was a Studebaker museum for a while. You still got the historic Route 66 stamped into the concrete. It would obviously need some cleaning up. One of the unique features is it had 2 bathrooms, one on each side for men and for women, and super clean. So this one's got a lot of garage space, and we're not just talking about what we see here. This is boarded up, it still has a garage door there, but that's not it. So this property comes with this one, that one, and there's several around back to service all of your car storage needs. So as much as I don't need that much space, it's definitely an option. Obviously, I'd rather have something more rural, something that better fits the lifestyle I'm trying to lead, while also accommodating my cars and has space for a garage. Because nothing against working outside, another garage door, but it's so much better when you have a nice, clean concrete floor to work on, especially when it's raining and snowing outside. Here's some more buildings. These are all part of the property. Some kind of mechanic shop right next door, so that would be handy. Now there's a couple of issues. Number one, when you purchase a property that's on the historical register, you gotta kind of follow some rules. And one of those is you can't really alter the building too much. It needs to be mostly original to what it was back in the day. Obviously right here on Route 66, it's gonna get a lot of attention. So I would need to have this storefront set up to not only attract people in to the area, but being on Route 66, you're going to want to have some Route 66 kind of memorabilia, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of overhead is what I'm saying. There's a lot going on and a lot of traffic. I thought it was bad in Kansas. Route 66, still alive, still has traffic. Look at all the Route 66 stuff. That's so cool. So here's the deal. So to be able to get this property, it would be a huge investment. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it's a huge investment. There would be a lot of overhead to get it going because we'd have to get this place fired up. We'd want to dress it up and make it attractive for people to come by and stop in and not just see me, but remember the building and what it is for Route 66. So it's an option, but I don't know if I've got the money to do it. Unless this video hits, 1 million views tomorrow, possibly in the future. Let's see what else we got. So besides the traffic, which would be great for a business, maybe not so good for YouTube, we've got a building over here, 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 what's left of one here, and here, and they're all empty, all of them. It has a cool pinball machine in it. But the point is, you have no neighbor here. as cool as that is, this part of town's kind of dead, and it's unfortunate. We got an old motel sign down here. That's pretty cool. This is a stretch of Route 66 that started to kind of die off. Nobody's really come in and revitalized it. And maybe in the future, when Buff's Garage is much, much bigger, we can help do that for this little community. But first, we'd have to secure our own piece of Route 66. Check this out. Here's a neat little stop on Route 66. He's got some cool rat rods. Just a lot of historical tributes to Route 66 there. Cool old toll truck. Here's another possibility, but no garage. I guess there's room to add one. Maybe right there. I don't know. This place is kind of cool. Oh, it's part of our marina. Probably all the boats storage for winter. Well, I guess that's probably not available then. So I just got off the phone with the realtor, and unfortunately, the Route 66 gas station, service station that we looked at is off the table. That property has an offer that's been accepted, which means at this point, unless something goes wrong, that property is no longer available. But we took a look, and it doesn't hurt to check it all out, ask questions, kind of nose around. Maybe there's a special deal that they're looking for, or just looking for the right owner, because sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes it's about finding the right person to preserve the history and the heritage of the property. And in my case, I love Route 66, but I love cars. So whatever I get has to be kind of both. Do I have to be on Route 66? No. I would just like to be right adjacent to it. Close enough that says I'm there, but yet just far enough away maybe that I don't have all the traffic. Maybe. I haven't been unhappy with any of the choices that I've looked at so far. It just comes down to time, money, and opportunity. And right now, I seem to be lacking all three. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking, and if I see something, you guys are going to see it here. So keep watching Buff's Garage. You never know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing, but I guarantee I'm doing it for you, because you are the people that subscribe, that watch all of my videos, that give me the freedom to be able to do this most of the week. So make sure you hit that like, make sure you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, you gotta look down below, right? Look below, make sure you've hit the subscribe. There's a little bell right next to it. Make sure that's, pressed so you don't miss the latest video. Put a comment down below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Start a debate. Give your opinion. If you like what you see, let me know. I try to read every comment and reply to them. And going one step further, if you like Buff's Garage and you want to see me do more content, we're talking more cars, faster cars, more events, traveling, seeing more of the world, including Route 66, join the Tappy Tap Club. By joining Tappy Tap Club, you get early access to all the videos, and depending on which tier you join, you get even more perks. So understand that I appreciate every one of you, and I try to make sure I put everything out for the members. I let them know when stuff comes out that's just for them. Early access to videos, cool little emojis, merch discount. Kind of low on merch right now. But what I will say, guys, is I appreciate every one of you, from my subscribers to my members, all of you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thanks for watching Buff's Garage. Today we got a special for you. We're moving cars. And not only are we moving cars, we're moving them at sale prices. We are literally just giving these things away. Not literally. But if you're in the market for a 2005 Suburban or a 1994 3/4 ton two-wheel drive Suburban, this might be the one for you. This 1994 Chevrolet 2500 Suburban, it's got the new 2010 3/4 ton wheels. It's got a 350 under the hood with a 4L 80E behind it. It also has the 410 gears in the rear end, so you can pull pretty much anything you want. Right now, it needs some transmission fluid topped off and probably the starter fixed, and this thing will be ready to go again. Now over here, we have a 2005 Chevrolet Suburban. Originally, I intended this Suburban to be the drivetrain for my all-wheel drive Trans Am, but currently, I've got to get this thing out of here. It has no engine. It's over in the Grand Prix, but it's full leather, got the sunroof, got the roof rack. I mean, it's got a lot going for it, except it does not have a title. It's never gonna go back on the road. But if you need parts, this is your Suburban. Let's see what else I got in the yard. Occupying space next to the RV, I have a super secret project here. It might be a 74 British car. It might not be. This is my barn find motorcycle. I did kind of get it running and driving and drove it for a year, and everything was fine with it. And then I parked it, and here it sat for the last 3 years, I believe. So 1987 Kawasaki barn find. What I'll say is, if you guys see anything that you're interested in, drop a comment below or hit me up at buffsgarage@gmail.com. Right here, I have a 2004 Chevrolet Avalanche. This thing has a 5.3 liter V8 engine, 4L60 trans. It is 4-wheel drive. It has 20-inch rims on it. It has been sitting a while, so he's got a battery charger on him. Main thing was, we were working on the rear end. The rear end did really well, but then we towed a certain car. And after that, the old drive shaft went and ejected from the vehicle. So not sure if we got a rear end problem, we got a U-joint problem, whatever it is, I'll get it all put back together. It has cloth interior, about 200,000 miles on it. AC works, stereo, DVD with the fold down in the roof. This thing is fully loaded, including remote start. Is this something you're interested in? Hit me up down below. Now, before you ask, no, this is not for sale. But let's check it out. It's a 1963 Pontiac Grand Prix. I call it the Slammed Prix. This car had sat for 40 years underneath of a tree. It has about 46,000 miles on it. When I got the car, it was rusted from about here back. And so I got underneath there, fixed up what I could on the frame, couldn't find parts, so instead of trying to put new springs on the vehicle, I threw on air ride. And this sucker is slammed all the way to the ground. It's got 2022 Jeep Gladiator rims. It's got a 5.3 LS out of that Suburban over there. It's got a TH350 transmission that fills through the glove box. Guaranteed you don't have that. This car will be ready to go and ready for the road soon, but not available because it's not for sale. And maybe you're looking for a 2023 Ford F-150. Well, if you are, go to your local Ford dealer, or just do what I did and wreck your VANtana, and they give you one from Enterprise. You don't want one. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got right now for vehicles that are available. I also have a 1961 Ford Galaxy that is currently sitting at another site. Like I said, the 61 Ford Galaxy, it is no drivetrain. It has axles under it, but at this point, it's available as a roller if somebody wants to pick that up. Anyway, if you guys are interested in any of these vehicles, drop a comment down below, drop me a message at buffsgarage@gmail.com. Let me know what you're thinking. I gotta find a place for them. So not only do I gotta find storage, but of course I gotta repair some so that they're ready to go back on the road. That all takes time, and it's not a great video for you. But if you got a good price on the way they are right now, hit me up, let me know. I might just let one go for whatever. You just bring a trailer and pick it up and take it. All right, that's it for the fire sale. Let's get back to the rest of the show.